Is Ashington Jenga, and I am an accountant.
My name is Anita Jenga, and I am an accountant.
And this is our dream wedding. It's very complicated. We have known each other for 7 years. Yep.
This is our 8th year.
This is our 8th year.
Yeah.
We have dated for at least 5.5 to 6 almost, right? Almost, yeah. So we had been apart for just about a year or so when I'd moved countries to Mozambique at the time. So we'd broken up for some time, but then we got back together after about a year. Actually,
We broke up twice.
Twice is the key word.
First time, he broke up with me.
Second time, she revenged.
I wasn't revenging, but
Yeah, so it happened twice.
yeah.
Yeah, it was the funniest reason. So I was her first boyfriend, actually. So I always used to feel like, how does she know I'm the one? She's never dated anyone else. So finally, it kept itching me. Finally, I told her, you know what, you should go and date someone else. Yeah, I needed evidence. Yeah, that's what happened really the first time. Yeah.
And I cried a whole month. Imagine. I mean, yeah, as he said, he was my first boyfriend. And so, we dated for like 2.5 years.
Yeah, at the time, yeah.
That's a long period. And you're used to someone, and then he just says, let's break up. I was heartbroken. Like, seriously. And it took me a whole month to get over him. Yes, but I don't know, life just happens. So I accepted his breakup and moved on, yes.
Actually, you were dating, right? You were dating someone at the time, more than 5 years ago. Yeah, so we got back together. I'm not sure what I did the second time so that she broke up with me. I can't even remember.
I was just tired, and I don't know if I was revenging, but I think I just needed space. Just some months.
It was not more than 6 months, I think.
Yeah.
The first time.
And
the second time was a long one.
I think I was like, this dude broke up with me the first time. Why is he coming back the second time? So I think that was still itching me. So I said, let's break up the second time. And the second time we broke up, he changed jobs and he left the country. He didn't even tell me he got a job somewhere else. Like, I was scrolling through Facebook and I'm like, what? He's in Mozambique. He didn't even tell me. Yeah, but I don't know. After that, we kind of drifted apart. Yes. For like a year.
Yeah, almost a year.
A year or two. Yeah, he was also dating, and I didn't get, he came after me, and I was like, you're still dating as well. Why do you want to still come back? And I was like, no, I like someone, and I want to see where it goes. And I completely shut him off.
That was, I think, 4 months after the wedding. That was about December 2013. I remember.
Yes, I was actually very pissed. I was very pissed, and so I decided I am not going. I'll try and see where it goes with this other person. Then he was like, I'll break up with this girl for you. And me, I'm like, no, I want to see. I like this other dude, so let me just see where it goes. Yeah, then I think he agreed to it. He did. But we were still friends. We'd still chat. Yeah.
Actually, I think what sort of brought us back together again is that my brother got married, I think in 2013. And I invited her for the wedding. My brother's wedding. We had started talking a bit, so that friendship was still there. because we were fast friends. That's the key thing. So at some point when you get over the she dumped me or he dumped me, you slowly get back into, you know, conversations. And so when I invited her for the wedding, that's when kind of sparked something. But she was dating. She was dating someone at the time.
Yeah.
She was dating someone else. So I think almost 8 or 9 months after that is when we actually started dating again the third time. So we always say third time's a charm.
Very calm. Yeah, surprisingly. I was not anxious at all. Like, people will ask me, how are you feeling? I'm like, I'm normal. I'm okay. So the weather, that was the only thing I was scared about now, like the previous day. We'd not gotten, what are they called? The tents, pergolas or something.
Yeah.
Tents for the ceremony area. So that was a bit, okay, we were crossing our fingers. Yeah, but we prayed a lot for the weather to be good and everything else to be okay. Yeah, I felt beautiful. Yeah, and a bit excited. Not a bit, I was very excited, but calm at the same time. I didn't have any butterflies. Yes, but I was very happy. I was ready to be a wife to him, of course. Yes. Yeah, my mom was around. She was also happy and very proud. That is one thing she kept on telling me. I'm very proud of you. Then I had graduated, I think, the previous
A week. Exactly a week.
Yeah, so it was a whole series of exciting things happening. Yeah.
We normally call each other original. The very first time we met, we realized we had so much in common. Like, you know, we used to read the same books, watch the same movies, like the same songs. Probably that was it. I never really ever met anyone else who like clicked with me the same way. So, you know, east to west home is always best.
He was my first boyfriend, my first love. And of course I used to think, now what's next? Like, initially he'd said he wanted me to date more people, and I did. I did. I dated more guys and different people. And so I don't know if it was the third time, the time he said that he'd break up with this girl for me, that's when I knew this is it.
But she still said no?
Yeah, I still said no, of course. But I think I knew this guy still loved me, and I did as well. But I wasn't letting him that easy.
You know, the fact that I proposed a year ago and we'd made it through that, you know, you hear stories of guys breaking up after engaging. So the fact that, you know, that had been seamless that whole year, and now this was the wedding day, I didn't really see any, I actually was not anxious at all.
The moment I felt I was even teary is when she was walking me down the aisle, and then the officiant was, "Now parents, tell your daughter something." Hey, that was the time I was like, when my mom spoke, I was already tearing. Yeah, it was like now I am a grown woman going to start a home. Yeah, it was a bit overwhelming. Yes. And seeing him waiting for me there down the aisle. Yeah, it was a happy moment for me. Getting married to, I don't want to say the man of my dreams, but basically to my best friend, my original, that is the word we use. Yes, he had been since, I think, the first time I saw his Facebook page, the likes, everything was like me. Yeah.
We are here to give our daughter to somebody we had to give. But what I would like to tell her is that she's starting a new life. And it's not a very easy life, but we wish all the best so that she can prosper.
We had this happy feeling. I mean, it's just a week after your graduation, now we're getting married, everything is going on perfectly, and she's there walking down the aisle, and I'm like, this is the one. So it was a very happy moment. I also felt like I had achieved something. You know.
I know what I grew up. I know what I grew up loving. I know what I grew up intending to become. And I'm thankful to God that I'm becoming that. But I need to sacrifice in so many senses so that this that is covenanted before God works.
To have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse,
For richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health,
To love and to cherish.
to love and to cherish.
If you've known someone for 7 years, you've dated for more than 5 of those years, you're probably already committed. You just haven't done the ring and the marriage certificate, but you're very committed. So the commitment was already there, and that's why maybe probably I didn't have those wedding jitters of will she back out, all those things, because we were pretty sure. I was pretty certain. So doing the vows was actually just, for the purposes of making it official. But for me, I was actually probably started seeing her as my wife a long time. Just that those things of a wife and husband were not there. But yeah.
For me, it was like we are making it official.
Yeah.
Giving him a ring to show that. Yeah, it's been a long walk. 8 years is not a short time.
You have so many things thinking about at that time, you don't really think about it. You realize when the pastor is like, and now he's doing this. You're like, oh yeah, I'm getting married. It's like a slap in the face. That's when you realize, yes, I'm getting married. Then you feel that, you feel something lift off, which you didn't know was there.
As long as I live and love you, will have and hold you. You look so beautiful in white. And from now to my very last breath, this day I'll cherish. You look so beautiful in white tonight. What we have is timeless. My love is endless. And with this ring I say to the world.
The photographer was very efficient. I think did it in almost less than an hour. Willie Muturi, did it in a very nice way.
Ashington and Anita met me online. and they told me what kind of a wedding they're looking to have. And I came in with my ideas in terms of photography, and also I was able to study them and know what type of a couple they are. I'd say Anita is slightly shy than Ashington, but both of them complement each other. When it's just cute when you're taking their photos, and also they're very easy people to direct. You tell them to do this, they will do. So it was easy to get the kind of pictures that you're seeing. Before you take photos of any couple, you need to assess whether they are public shy. Those couples who are very okay with PDA, you can't ask them to keep on jumping and climb on top of trees. So it's good to know which kind of a couple it is, and then also ask them for their ideas. You'll be surprised at what kind of ideas they have, and most brides are spending time online. So I think also as a photographer, it's up to you not to be a dictator, but listen to your bride, get her ideas, and see whether you can execute them in the best way possible. After all, it's their wedding. Make it the very best. My approach is I choose to find the beauty in every place, because by the time a bride settles on a certain location, in her eyes it's beautiful. So it's me to come in as a photographer and say that my bride finds this beautiful, let me find the beauty in it. Let me tell her that this is the best corner. I want a photo here. Yes. Ashington and Anita chose a very serene place, and I loved the nature part of it. Personally, I love a bit of green in every outdoor photo. I was able to take advantage of that. There was a lot of space, which was a plus for us because it was a big bridal party, and also there were different spots in one location that we could take multiple photos. And also I had already planned that after that wedding, I wanted to do a very nice sunset photo. And that place being very open with no tall buildings, I knew we were going to nail it on a very nice sunset picture. Furthermore, I was already making their photo book in my mind. So in every photo I was doing, I knew that this will go on this page, and this is the message I want to send when everyone turns on that page. Creativity is my job. So what I should do is, if you give me the middle of a road, I should be creative with that. If you give me somewhere under a tree, I should be creative. If you give me somewhere in the middle of a parking lot, it's me to be creative and get the best pictures out of there. I want to tell Ashington and Anita that it was so much fun working on their wedding. They were really, really receptive to new ideas, and we also tried out some ideas which they had. At the end of the day, we all worked together to create the awesome pictures of their day. So moving forward, I'd love to be their photographer, even in times coming when they have many babies, and I wish them all the best.
We actually danced for more than
The
an hour.
reception was fine.
We danced. I'm waiting for those videos.
It was
We
fun.
even did dancing competitions.
What has happened today here? You have wedded one another, and I want you to understand that marriage is actually something very good, but it is also very, very challenging, and it is also something that should be taken seriously.
Remember how being given an apron, which was fantastic. I'm not gonna sleep hungry. Yeah, give us 2 Bibles, very lovely Bibles.
Yeah,
And,
that was my take home.
Yeah, that was our take home. And our mom gave us the apron, and what else? Some books for her, which I was not allowed to see. So yeah, so they had very short speeches, and everything that they were speaking about was basically that, you know, you should work hard at your marriage. Marriage is a beautiful thing, but nothing beautiful is easy. You know, it was along those lines. But the speeches were pretty good, short and precise. in school, in campus, when we just started studying for accounting.
So I think the first time he tried buying me a soda, I refused.
She was like, nah.
I don't know, I think I told him that afterwards. Every date we went after, after we started dating, I used to have a book. I'd write how much he'd spent on me.
He breaks up with me. I'll give him back his money.
Friendhood, she'd been dating like 2 guys. And one guy discovered. So they like did a balance sheet or a profit and loss.
And so this is how much you owe me.
This is how much you owe me. So I was like, what? What? Then yeah, I started doing that. But at least it didn't come to that.
The only thing that went wrong with us is that our band never showed up.
Yeah. Yes. Imagine.
Our band never showed up. But the good thing is that, you know, for some reason the MC, probably he's seen it happen before, because we had an MC, we had a DJ, and we had a band. So what the MC had done is that all the songs that would have been done by the band, he had already told the DJ to have copies of these songs. So the DJ just, you know, went ahead and did his thing. But of course there's a distance, because I've never really lived in Kenya since that time. So there's always been the distance. But I think the distance was also good because probably the distance helped us to get back together the third time. We're currently living in Uganda, so we'll be moving probably in a few weeks. Yeah.
I never thought it would happen because our initial discussion was that he'd come back home. Yeah, so we'd already started preparing like our home, buying furniture, you know, getting ready, prayed, and said if at all he asked, I'll just go. And I was at peace with it. Yeah, it's a bit scary. So I'm just hoping for the best. Start saving early. We started saving way early when we were still dating. Well, it wasn't with a vision of this will be our funds for our wedding, but you know, we wanted to do projects together, so we started saving early.
The thing I'd say is if you're using a planner, you need to include your parents, at least your nuclear family. You don't have to go all the way, friends and everybody, but your immediate, you know, your 2 parents and your siblings, which is your nuclear family, you should include them, not necessarily in the decision making, but in terms of information. What you realize is you're only going to get married once, hopefully, and they want to feel a part of it. It's important that you include them, you know, from the get-go.